to Empowering Podcast. My name is Sylvia. I'm a fitness model and fitness coach. I help women build a body that they love and keep it forever. Actually, no, I help women reinvent themselves to become confident, loving their life, be energetic, bubbly self. And we do that by working on your body and mind. And saying that, if we want to build a body that we love and keep it, we really have to go through journey of many failures. And today in this podcast, I will help you improve your relationship with failure, and maybe you will stop being so scared to take actions. Because there are usually two things that stops women from reaching out, asking for help, starting something new, starting something seriously without just jumping about in a class. And I'm not saying that there is anything wrong with doing classes, but you're just escaping the real work that you need to do. That's the entry form. It's great. Go to the class, start moving your body. That's fantastic. But the reality is, we are just scared to commit. We are scared of bigger commitment to ourselves. So there are two things. Number one is fear of failing again, because so many of us failed. And what I mean by it, because I hope after this podcast you would change your mind. What is failing? Well, hey, I tried this thing, it didn't work. I didn't stick to it for long enough, or I just didn't stick to it at all, and I just gained right back on, and that's me done. Okay, so that created perhaps really strong emotional response and wired in our brain like, oh, I'm a failure, I'm a loser, I can't do this, like I just can't, like I have so much evidence now that I can't stick to things. And there is another thing, which is fear of investment, fear of committing, that kind of thing, because it didn't, work before, and we are scared. Oh my god, I'm gonna be scammed. Oh my god, it's gonna ruin me. And what if it doesn't work out? Okay, so there are two things usually that stops woman from reaching out. It's fear of overwhelm, and that's, it might be too much, I might not be able to handle it, which means that I am a loser because I cannot handle it because it's too much. And fear of investing, because it's money and we feel guilty about prioritizing ourselves. We feel guilty about putting ourselves first, like almost like we're not worthy. And girls, you are your biggest asset. I mean, what the heck? Do you want to have a big life? I'm being serious now. Do you want to have a big life? We all have big life. Everyone is keep saying, I'm just so busy. Life is just so busy. Business is a choice. But if you want to keep having this big, great life and chasing your goals and career, hey, you need to invest in yourself, because you are your biggest asset. You need to start taking care of yourself if you want to lead this big life. If you want to have a big life, you need to have big personality. You need to have strong body, strong mind. Like, what's going on here? Do you think it will roll itself? Do you think the life that you're building will just, like, what are the foundations, right? So again, I'll just repeat, we have this fear of taking action, failing again, that it's going to be too overwhelmed, there will be too much, I don't have time. So if I don't have time, can't commit to this, it's too big, means I'm a failure. And then is fear of investing. Maybe I'm not worthy investing in myself. Maybe I'm not worthy prioritizing myself, taking time for myself. My goals are not as important, right? So there are two things. And the first part is my favorite, the fear of failing, because we can only fail forward. And I bet And honestly, prove me if I'm wrong. Message me, DM me, slide into my DMs. Please let me know. Did you ever ask yourself, huh, why did I didn't stick to this? What happened? What did I miss? What I need to work through? So let's give it some example. If my clients would reach out to me, oh my God, I had terrible 2 days. I've been eating everything, snacking. It's just me being a loser now. I don't have any willpower. And I'm like, hey, Bonnie, thank you so much for sharing this with me because see, even admitting it is a big thing. Saying this loud, this is being very vulnerable. And I know there is also some shame going on. So I genuinely do appreciate this honesty. And secondly, what did you notice? What do you think happened that led you to this urge? And then we have information. Oh, you know what? Oh, I had such a busy last 2 days with no sleep. I had to take my child to the hospital. Um, I didn't sleep. And then I came home with to my other two kids. It was just a chaos. And I didn't have any food in my fridge. Nothing was prepared. Nothing was ready for me to eat. So I just had to order takeaways and whatever. I'm like, fantastic. What a great information we have. So the thing that was missing is the sleep. And the thing that was missing was organization, which means that there is nothing, literally nothing wrong with you. Lack of willpower is not a problem. It's a symptom. It's a symptom that we've had too much. We couldn't make any more decisions. That everyone has certain amount of willpower. And if it's used throughout the day because you had to make so many decisions at work, in your family life, with kids, husband, blah, 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 right? Then when it comes to the end of the day and you have to make choice what to eat, trust me, it makes sense that you choose convenient food. And your system will always find the way to regulate, will always find a way to find resources to keep you going. And that's the beautiful thing because you just cannot lose because your system will always protect you to keep you alive, to help you regulate, preserve energy. Like you cannot override your central nervous system. That's how amazing this thing is. Humans are just amazing because this, and be grateful because this system keeps you alive. So as you see, we have fantastic feedback loop. Hey, there is nothing wrong with you. You're not lacking willpower. You just had the response because you were so tired, so stressed, so overwhelmed, and you didn't have resource like sleep. You didn't have resource ready like food. So it was only natural thing to order takeaway or whatever because you didn't have energy to make better choice. You didn't have any more willpower left in you. And it's like, hey, perfect. So next time, let's just make sure that we food prepping for a week ahead. So whenever, shit hits the fan, we are ready. The way I speak to my clients is whenever you call yourself emotional eater, comfort eater, this is not a thing. Every human being is probably comfort eater because your system is looking for ways to regulate and find energy to overcome stress, overwhelm, just to get you some energy back up, or whenever tension you experience, it will release the tension you experience as well. So our system doesn't make mistakes. We make mistakes by not preparing, not pre-handling this. Okay. So see, this is the lesson. Okay, hey, I'm going to prepare next time. I'm going to do my meal prep for a week ahead. That's great news. So now I know what's going on. I know what I need to work through is to improve my sleep if you can. Sometimes I understand you're a mother and shit happens, but go to bed when you can, improve your sleep and improve your meal prep. Boom. That's the thing we need to work through. Another thing is if you're missing the gym because someone is phoning you, people at work nagging you, I'm like, So it's like, oh, you know what? I didn't get to the gym this week at all. This happened. And okay, what did you notice? I've noticed that I didn't say no to work. I didn't prioritize my gym, even though it's only twice a week, let's say. Beautiful. This is something that we want to work through. Are you willing to work this through with me? Are you willing to put some maybe practices into place to make sure that actually you get to the gym the way you said you want to get, and you want to get fit and you want to get strong because that's what you said is important to you? Hey, are you willing to practice with me? Sure. So, see, again, another thing is there's nothing wrong with you. That is just a thing that you didn't know you were doing, and now we've noticed, so we can work through it. Every single, let's call it failure, you experience is a data, and but it's data only if you pay attention, only if you're willing to figure this out. Because sometimes we get a clear data, but some people are just not willing to work through it, and that's okay. Some people are just not willing to do this. Like, I had a client who started out with me, and every third or second Wednesday she would miss her gym because she was taking her dad to the pub, because that was their thing. They were watching game. But Monday and Wednesday was the only days where she could get to the gym. And I said nothing. I just asked, like, hey, do you think, is it possible that maybe you can take your dad, someone will pick him up, or other way around? And there was a little bit resistance, so I just left it. Hey, whenever you're ready, we can face that together. But when you losing weight and you see yourself succeeding, but this is the thing that is holding you back, you have two choices. You keep doing the same thing, or are you willing to do something about it and work this through? And now she easily expresses, hey, no, this is my gym day. She's coming to the gym on Wednesday. She doesn't miss her gym unless obviously things might come up. It doesn't mean that you never skip the gym. There are different commitments. I understand that. However, we notice that the people pleasing bit, the always feeling, no, I have to be that person that is taking everyone from A to B, that is driving everyone. That was thing that was holding her back, and we had to work through this. And it took a while. It wasn't straight away. And now she's more open to ask for help, and she realized that actually her family is really supportive. They don't have problem to say no. They don't have problem to swap it with her. So yeah, girls, whatever failure, whatever failure you're experiencing, you learn from it. And that's the question, if you want to work through it or not. Because I will always ask, okay, what did you notice around that? Because it's the easiest thing is to beat yourself up. Oh, I just don't have willpower. I wish I could have your motivation. Another thing, why are you not motivated? There is also a reason why we're losing motivation. And quite often it depends on our physiology, our sleep, how we eat. It works in a constant loop, right? So it's like, I will give you another example, and this is completely different story. It's about painting. So I've decided to paint my spare room, bedroom, and other rooms, but I had to take wallpaper off the wall, and one room went pretty smooth, and then another room, I was really shocked. Well, it surprised me what was underneath, and I wasn't prepared for it. So I just did a little bit experimenting, and I scraped here, wipe this, Google, okay, maybe I will try this and that. And I didn't do a very good job, but I'm thinking, hey, I will know how to do it better next time, because I've noticed what did go wrong. So next time, if I'll be doing some painting or changing wallpaper, I will know how to do it better, because I've noticed what did go wrong. Okay. Another thing is this fear of prioritizing and investing in yourself. So now the question is, just because you maybe invested before and didn't work out, it doesn't mean that every single investment you make will not work out. It will not work out until it does work out. And it's the same with relationship. How many men or women you met on your path, and it didn't go that great, but it doesn't mean you give up on the relationship. I certainly had shitty experiences with men, and I didn't give up, right? I found a good man, and it's all good. So you cannot just, give up because something didn't work out at the first time. Maybe it didn't work out at the second time. Maybe it didn't work out at the third time. You have to give yourself a chance and understand that not every approach suits you, and you have to do a little bit experimenting. So rather than feeling like you're failing, think that you are experimenting. And that's what I do with my clients. I said, hey, do you want to try this thing? Let's see if that works. Okay, so I will give you another example because I think those stories are really powerful. One of my clients been telling me she's struggled with snacks at work. And I'm like, okay, cool. So let's look, how was your sleep? And we noticed that particularly by Friday, she was really, really tired. And this is when she had this biscuit urges. And I said, cool. So we adjusted her calories from Monday to Thursday. And now we're experimenting. If she has a little bit more calories for Friday, she can have a little bit more biscuits just in case. Okay, that's the one strategy. Previously, we were just looking at, okay, let's change your meals structure. So you eat this, that time, that time, that time. And it worked. Then we faced another challenge. We tried to problem solve. Okay, let's try this experiment. And let's see if this doesn't work, we will try something else. Humans are complex. We're not. Hey, this is your plan. Hey, this is your training plan. This is your meal plan. Crack on. This is your calories. This is your macro split. Why you can't stick to it? You're just lazy. We're complex creatures. We all have different lives. So we have to find what works. But again, the question is, what are you willing to do? What are you ready to work through and change? Because when we go through this journey, we expose our weaknesses, we expose our relationships, we expose our communication, how we communicate with others, how we communicate with family, how we communicate at work. It really shows us, hey, I actually struggle with my food because of this. I actually struggle with my food because I cannot say to my partner that I'm feeling like this, and I want to be doing this, but he's not very supportive. Do you see where I'm coming from? Like, the real battles are not in having perfect macros and following perfect macros or following perfect training split. The real challenges are completely invisible. Who I need to speak to, who I need to ask for help. Am I ready to ask for help? How is my sleep? How am I taking care of myself so I can actually follow through on my goals? If I'm taking care of myself, I can face those challenges, this discomfort. Which we all have growing pains, right? Every time when you go through the journey, you experience some pain and discomfort. But if you don't have capacity to face it, then we'll be stuck. Okay. So I do hope you will see now failure as a something good, as a signal that, hey, you need to pay attention to here. Hey, you can improve on that. And that's how we grow. Hey, how can you learn something from always being perfect? Perfection gives you results for sure. Perfection gives you results for sure. But you can be perfect only for a very short period of time because we are humans. Adrenaline is very expensive into our system. So when adrenaline drops, we are more steady, we make more mistakes, and there's like panic. So perfection gives you results for sure, for a short period of time. But if we practice in non-perfect conditions, if we allow ourselves to fail, but we always fail forward, that's when true growth happens. That's how we evolve. That's how we learn about ourselves. That's how we build good relationship with ourselves, because it's also the compassion that we have. Hey, I see what happened. I see why this happened. Let's work through it. Let's improve it. And you can trust yourself more. You can understand yourself more. You're becoming stronger, self-assured. That's the confidence, right, girls? That's the confidence. So yeah, failure is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. You probably are scared because you created this story that, oh, I just can't stick to anything. I'm a loser. I have sweet tooth. Um, I'm an emotional eater. I have big up. I heard it all, guys. I heard it all. I used to think I'm heavy boned. I used to think that this is just my metabolism. That I will never will have a six pack, but I really, really wanted one, and I got one, and I'm actually able to even maintain it because I worked so many things through, so many mistakes, so many lessons, but because of them, I'm really, really happy and content with my um, body and generally where I'm at. And I overcome many challenges. And I love this journey because there's no ceiling. You constantly learn, you constantly evolve, you constantly learn something new about yourself and you progress. That's how you progress. But again, depends on your support and how much you're willing to sacrifice and work through and face discomfort and some uncomfortable truths. Because I said, like, uncomfortable truth could be about your relationship, your work, your friends, and your people pleasing, your just relationship with yourself. So it depends how far you want to take this and how much you want to learn and you're willing to face. So thanks very much. I, as always, if you have any questions, any share, as always, I love to hear your story. I love when you reach out, you share your story with me. I love that. So if you like it, please let me know if it's helpful and till the next one.